Hey guys, and welcome to another video of your favorite cloud learning platform, K21Academy, where you learn cloud from the experts. In this video, our expert trainer will be giving you a practical demonstration of building globally distributed databases with Cosmos DB. We have taken this clip from our step-by-step learning program on data engineering on Microsoft Azure DP-203. Guys, make sure you watch the entire video so you can avail the free gift at the very end. Now, let's hear from our expert.
Hey guys, let's get started with lab number 4, and it's part of Cosmos database is what we are going to create in this lab. The scenario is over here. The company wants us to understand the capacity of Cosmos database and how we can submit, how we can create it, and how we can work with it. So basically 3 tasks we are going to do. We'll create Cosmos DB. We will insert and query data into Cosmos DB, and we will globally distribute our data with the help of Cosmos database. So this is what we are doing over here. So let's get started with exercise number 1. Right, so we are going to deploy Cosmos database. That's the first thing which we are going to do. So let's get started. So go to your Azure portal, click on Cosmos DB option in the left hand side. You can also click on the top, create a resource, and you can search for Cosmos database. Basically click on add after that and wait for the page to load. Once the page has loaded, you can select the resource group of your choice. You can select the subscription, the default subscription which you have, and you can also say apply free features, apply or deny. You can do any of it. Both are okay right now. And then finally click on create in the end. So Cosmos database, once the validation is done, we'll click on create, and Cosmos database will take good amount of time, around 15 minutes for it to deploy. So you have to wait in for around 15 minutes, plus minus 15, maybe 15 to 20 minutes, maybe at times. Sometimes it happens even faster, like within 5 to 10 minutes. So on an average, 15 minutes is what we have to wait for. Once your deployment is ready, you can go to the resource. You can have a look at how Cosmos DB looks and feels like. This is how we create Cosmos DB account, and this is the first part of your lab as well. So let's click on go to resource and let's have a look at it. How does it look and feel like? This is how this is where data explorer is there. This is from where we can run the queries and so on and so forth. Alright, so this is part of exercise number 1. Now coming over to exercise number 2, we'll insert and we'll query data into the Cosmos database. So this is where we are going to insert some data as well. So let's get started. There are 4 objectives. Set up the Azure Cosmos database container, add data using portal, run queries, and run some complex operations against the data. So these are things which we are doing. So the very first thing we'll do is we'll set up the Cosmos DB container and the database. So let's get started. So in the Cosmos database which we deployed previously, let's we'll just go and we'll create the we'll click on add containers on the top, and I'll click on products. So I'll click on new container. It will be empty for you. There will be nothing over there, so don't worry. Let's create the container products, and you can give the name in the database ID. You can give the throughput 400 container ID clothing and partition key equal to /product ID, and then you click on OK after that, and you will create that particular clothing like this and production ID. So fill up all the details over there and click on OK. Once you have done it, you will also have a container called as products the way I have it in the screen right now. So right, so do it like this, and your products container will get created. Okay, so right, we can also open this full screen. It's on the right hand side. You can have a look at it. You can play with it. Right, basically what are we going to do? We are going to uh, have some data over there. That's what we are basically going to do, right? So even if you click on that option, it will automatically redirect you to the bigger option. You can have a look over here. So this is where Cosmos database, you may have to sign in first, and once you have signed in, this is the same thing which we deployed, clothing. That's the name of the container. Container is equal to table in a relational database management system. And now click on the item option over there. and we'll click on new item. So this new item is basically what we're trying to do. We're trying to create one document. Document is equal to what rows are there in relational database management system, and it's these documents are basically key value pair JSON document. So paste the document from your lab tutorial, and once you have seen it, you can save it afterwards. Right, so one document got created. Similarly, we can add more documents as well. Right, so let's click on new, and let's make one more. So this is one more. You can see the product ID is different. So I have 196, 197, now two of them over here. Now let's run some queries against it. So we can run a SQL type queries over here. So let's run them. Right, so this is how the query looks like. And once you execute, it will print out both the documents which are there, or it will actually print out, you can see the first document over there. And the same one which we have created previously. And there's some extra details on the bottom as well. For example, timestamp and e tag. These are not relevant right now, but they're used for development purpose. And there are multiple type of queries which you can run, where, for example, select ID, manufacturer, description from the table called as products, where the ID equal to 1. So this is a different type of query. Now it's going to only print 3 information as such. Right, similarly, we can run queries which returns the price, description, product ID for all the products ordered by price in ascending order. So this is the ascending order query. If I run that, so basically we'll see that actually you have to select all of it. Don't select just one line as it. Right, either don't select anything and just put the cursor somewhere and just run everything, or maybe select all of it and then run it. So in ascending order, this is printing it out all the prices as such. Right, so this is how we run queries in Cosmos database, and these are simple SQL queries which you might be familiar with from relational database management system. Right, so now we can create stored procedures as well. So these stored procedures might be doing some task on the data. So you can click on new stored procedure and you can create a stored procedure called as create my document. So that's the name which we are saying, and let's put the name of the function. Right, so let's give some value over here. So partition value is required, and let's click on string and let's give the value. So it basically created, you can say, basically creation of document is going on. So this is basically exercise number 2, insert and query data into Cosmos database. And now coming to exercise number 3, where we are going to distribute a database data globally as such. And we'll replicate data to multiple regions and we'll manage failover. So let's do that. Right, so when we do the replication of data globally, it's gonna take some time for the multiple endpoints to get created, so be okay with it. So coming back to Azure portal, just go to the Cosmos DB. Right, so I closed the section, so I just clicked on it one more time. And now we are going to basically replicate data to multiple regions. So you can, for the left hand side, you can click on replicate data globally. And then on the world map, you can select any region where you want to create your secondary endpoint, and you can just click on save. So geo redundancy enable. Let's enable it. If you have enabled the geo redundancy in the starting itself during provisioning, then this step is not required as such. Otherwise, just click on enable geo redundancy. And then in the left hand side, you can see replicate data global option is there. Fourth last option from the bottom. So we'll finally click on it and we'll replicate data globally. Right, something like this. And then in this graph, click on any of the any location where you want to create your another site, and you have to save it after that. Do you want read or read write and so on and so forth? So you can select things like that. So maybe UAE North can be selected and just click on save after it. UAE North is a new data center which was created around 1 year back. And just FYI, UAE North is one data center which doesn't have 3 availability zones. It just have one data center. So AZs are simply more than one data center in one region. Just FYI. So replicate data globally will take some time, but once it's done, it will look something like this over here, right? So after we have done it, we'll just do one more thing where we are going to do failover of our primary to secondary site like that, right? So the write section will become, if you do multi-region write, it really all of them will become multi-region. That's option is available in case you have a requirement of multi-region. Otherwise, one region will be write region and other will be read regions like that. So we are saying we are doing it. We're not going for multi-region. We are just saying the write region. We want to fail it over to the another data center UAE North. So let's do it. So let the region load. It's taking some time for it to load. Okay, that's amazing. So write region right now is France Central and read regions is France South and UAE North. So you can select any one of them or whichever region you have selected. It's not that you have to always follow like that. You can select other regions as well. You can finally just click on this I understand and click on OK. So it will take some time. However, failover will happen to the secondary region. So once this happens, it will take update and hang in for it to update. It takes some time, but afterwards it will be able to failover will happen as such. So now you can see the other region is selected as the right region, right? So this is how we do the failover as part of Cosmos database in global distributed manner. We can also say and enable automatic failover. Basically, in case something goes wrong, then there is no manual requirement as such. Automatically, it will, with the help of priorities, it will either go for 1 or 2. You can also flip it like this, right? You can change the priorities whenever you want. It's just simply a drag and drop in the order like that, right? So this is part of your Cosmos database lab, and this is part of exercise number 3.
We have put on everything about the certification and a lot more on this 12-week roadmap that we have created for you if you are preparing for Microsoft Azure Data Engineer Certification DP-203. On week number 1, we start with explore compute and storage options for data engineering workloads. Then on week 2, we cover run interactive queries using Azure Synapse Analytics serverless SQL pools. On week number 3, we cover data exploration and transformation in Azure Databricks. On week number 4, we cover explore, transform, and load data into data warehouse using Apache Spark. On week number 5, we cover ingest and load data into data warehouse. On week number 6, we cover transform data with Azure Data Factory or Azure Synapse pipelines. On week number 7, we cover orchestrate data movement and transformation in Azure Synapse pipelines. On week number 8, we cover end-to-end security with Azure Synapse Analytics. On week number 9, we cover support hybrid transactional analytical processing with Azure Synapse Link. On week number 10, we cover real-time stream processing with Stream Analytics. On week number 11, we cover create a stream processing solution with Event Hubs and Azure Databricks. By week 11, we are pretty confident that you are ready for the certification exam. So to top it all off, on week number 12, we help you with some tips and resources for clearing certification and CV preparation, along with some exam questions and interview questions. Guys, this is an excellent training program that we have created specially to meet your needs as you are preparing for the certification exam. If you are interested in this training program, then I would highly recommend you to go and attend our free class on Microsoft Azure Data Engineer Certification. In this free class, we will be covering what is Azure Data Engineer role and exam DP-203, why everyone is working on data currently, important Azure services you should learn, and there is going to be a live demo as well on Azure Synapse Analytics components. To register for this free class, go at K21Academy.com/AzureDE02, then select an event date, your name, your email ID, your phone number, and then click on Yes, Save My Seat. Once you click on this button, you will be redirected to this particular page. That means you have successfully registered for this free class. Now guys, I'll see you guys directly at the free class.